I'm actually sort of in a mood to vlog today, but at the same time not. But one thing I've always wanted to, you know, get everyone's views on. I'm not sure if anyone else has done a topic on this, but do you believe in aliens? Now I want you to have a good think about that for a second, and I'm about to challenge basically everything that you have learned, yeah, more or less everything everything that you've learned. So the reason why I asked if you believe in aliens, yeah, or not even just aliens, but just extraterrestrial life. So extraterrestrial just meaning life that is beyond our planet. I don't know what, when you think of extraterrestrial life, I don't know if you're thinking of, you know, the big-headed aliens that you're used to seeing, and you know, the big-headed aliens, the little people from Mars attacks or whatever. But have you ever thought that there could actually be beings like us that's literally out there? It might not look exactly the same, but they don't have to look like that, what's it called, like those fictional characters. Like for instance, right, a lot of people actually, you know, dispelled this this alien theory business only because of the fact that, you know, it challenges everything that they've learned in religion. Now with me, I do believe that there's a God, and you know, there's just some things that I sort of disagree with in religion, only because I look at things from a sort of scientific point of view. Like say for instance in the Bible you have people talking about angels and certain prophets being taken up by a fiery chariot. But have you ever thought that because we have the vocabulary to say things like aeroplane or say things like rockets, back in those ancient days they didn't have that sort of technology? Do you think that it could have been that he got taken up into like a spaceship? What you have to remember is that those things, it's not like they're just gonna make it up, or it's not something that, you know, if they're not gonna say, yeah, this is what it looks like. They could only basically describe basically anything that their vocabulary was capable of. So, you know, that there as well is a possible sign of extraterrestrial life. And even if you do believe in the Bible and you say that you don't believe in extraterrestrial life, then what are angels? Because angels don't belong to our realm, and they don't belong on they're not on our planet, so therefore you must believe in extraterrestrial life. And another thing as well, like I think the way how science is going nowadays is that they're making good progress and stuff, but there's this one thing which I think is sort of hindering them from finding, you know, other life out there in the solar system. When astronomy was just basically becoming at its strongest, they were thinking that the Earth was at the center of our solar system, basically at the center of everything, right? So now we have scientists who are basically doing the exact same thing without realizing. They keep saying, you know, life forms like us. We might not be the only life form out there. We could have so many different life forms that we don't even know about, but because they're too busy looking for the life forms that they're used to, or the life forms that they know, they're putting that at the center and thinking, yeah, in our search for life. But I think they're going about it all wrong, to be honest. I don't know if you've ever seen the footage of when one of the space probes descended on Titan. Titan's a moon of Saturn, and it's got an atmosphere. It actually has features on the planet. It basically looks like a planet. So when the space probe descended in there, it was taking all the pictures. You can see mountains, you can see rivers, everything. But the temperature was literally so cold. Even the gases were liquids. You have sort of running methane on Titan. And I was thinking to myself, how do you know that there couldn't be like some sort of life form like swimming around in like liquid methane? It might sound far-fetched to some people, but when you sort of look into science the way I do, I just think everything's possible. They keep saying that, you know, our universe is unlimited or limitless. So why should you limit the possibilities of life, or limit what life forms could be out there? It just makes no sense. You're just defeating your whole purpose of looking for life in the first place. But I really want to know what you guys think, because I want to know if I'm the only person that sort of has this way of thinking, because everyone that I've sort of brought my little point of view to, they actually find it quite interesting, and they haven't been able to sort of give me a definitive answer as to what they actually believe, because I've questioned so many people's views. From what I believe in, you know, it's more I don't know, it just seems like it just makes more sense to me, because going back to, you know, even the Bible and, you know, the creation story, when it says the earth was made in 7 days, what people actually fail to realize that even the Bible sometimes it's in codes. You have to remember as well, in those days, because remember, someone had to write all of this information down. So back in those days, they didn't have the capacity to even be saying about billions of years or thousands of years. Do you understand what I mean? So it's a bit of a tricky one, and it's a bit of a sensitive subject, especially when you know, people, they just get so hung up about that. But I think nowadays you just have to basically look at everything scientifically, man. And this is what my argument is to a lot of people, is that, you know, they always say, oh, so what, you're telling me that you don't believe in God? I was like, I do believe in God, but the thing is, I believe that, and I've always painted this scenario, I've always said to them, how do you know, right, that God didn't know, or that God knew that, you know, that things have to play out in a certain way in order for us to be able to inhabit this planet? How do you know that he didn't have to make sure all the little properties were there, you know, all the minerals, all the gases, the state our planet was in? How do you know that all of these things didn't have to come to play first before we could inhabit this planet? And, you know, it's a bit of a tricky and sensitive subject, but I need you guys to basically, let's leave your comments, let me know what your views are and what you think, and if you think I'm chatting a load of bullshit, then you're entitled to that. But I think it's actually quite an interesting one. So yeah, just leave your comments below. You know me, I always respond. And yeah guys, until the next episode of Bikersing, ride safe, and keep sharing them videos, man. Loving the support.